I know letting go isn't easy. Some of what you're holding on to has history, it has meaning, it has memories tied to it. And it's okay to acknowledge that, okay? But also, you got to ask yourself, is this helping me become who I'm meant to be? Or just keeping me comfortable in who I used to be? Let me say that again. Is this helping me become who I'm meant to be, or just keeping me comfortable in who I used to be? Welcome to this Shattered Mindset podcast. Wisdom from life's turning points and defining moments. I'm your host, Melvin Larry. Let me ask you something. What are you still holding on to? That's the thing that already let go of you, but you're still holding on. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a role you used to play in someone else's life. Maybe it's a dream that once fueled you, but no longer fits the future you're building. Well, this episode is all about the art of letting go, not just walking away, but intentionally releasing what no longer serves your growth so you can make space for what does. And let's be clear, letting go does not mean discarding the past. No, not at all. We believe in honoring the past, learning from it, and carrying those lessons forward. But here's the key: lessons are meant to guide you, not to bind you. Do you ever try moving forward with arms full of things, like you just trying to carry stuff around, and you should have set it down a long time ago, but you don't get far before you get tired. And what usually happens and what usually drops first is you. There's a real cost to holding on. It's subtle, but it's there. And sometimes we confuse it for something noble. We say it's loyalty. We call it perseverance. We dress it up with phrases like, I just need to push through. But when the season has shifted and you're still clinging to the old, you're not pushing through. You're getting pulled back. And here's something we don't talk enough about: that pull we often feel. It's not always life trying to reel us in. Sometimes it's our own reluctance to release. Okay? So let me speak on this plainly. Some of us, okay, hold on because our insecurities have convinced us there's nothing better ahead. That's this job, this relationship, this financial struggle. It's all we can handle, all we deserve, all we'll ever get. So instead of letting go, we cling to what's familiar, even when it's painful, even when it's no longer good for us. Why? Because pain we know feels safer than possibility we don't. That's what I call false security. And if we're honest, many of us have stayed too long in jobs that drain us, in relationships that silence us, in mindsets that limit us. We told ourselves, it's not that bad. At least I know what to expect. But listen, knowing what to expect isn't the same as being where you're supposed to be. Okay? Now let's talk a little bit about letting go, but not losing. Now, don't get it twisted. Letting go, it really is not losing. It's not quitting either. Letting go is choosing to evolve. It's recognizing that some things were only meant to bring you this far, not forever. You're not being disloyal by releasing it. You're being wise. You're telling life, I'm ready to stop surviving and start thriving. Some things we're blessed, to be with us for a season, but they've expired. And you don't keep consuming expired things just because they used to be good. I'm big on getting rid of expired stuff. If I'm looking at the labels, I want to know, is it expired? What's the date? I want to get rid of that expired stuff. But we don't get rid of a lot of the expired things in our lives. See, so let me just kind of pause for a minute, because on this podcast, we talk a lot about shattering mindsets. And I want to be clear, crystal clear. We're not talking about throwing away every belief or every way of thinking. No, no, no. We're talking about breaking free from the ones that limit you, the ones that box you in, the ones rooted in fear, scarcity, and unworthiness. Sometimes we feel those things, we embrace those things, unfortunately, because here's what happens. We hold on to mindsets that no longer serve us because we think they're safe. We really think that they're keeping us safe, actually. But I mean, you hear people all the time trying to keep you in a safe place themselves. But what they're really doing is keeping us stuck, not safe. All right. Think about how many times we say, I feel like I'm being pulled back into something. All right. We say that all the time, but maybe, just maybe, you're not being pulled back. Maybe it's your grip that's tight. Maybe it's the past isn't reaching for you. Look, you're just not ready to let go. Okay. See, letting go of a mindset isn't dishonoring your history. It's saying that mindset got me here. I honor that, but it won't get me where I'm going next. All right. Honor the journey, but don't idolize the detours. Learn from them, grow from them, but don't live in them. Let me share something personal. There was a season where I kept showing up in a space that had long stopped growing me, but I didn't want to disappoint anyone. Ever been there? I didn't want to rock the boat. And truth be told, I didn't believe there was anything else out there for me. So I stayed, I shrank, and little by little, my voice faded, my peace got quiet, and my purpose, well, it went dormant. Until one day I heard this whisper in my spirit. You've been loyal to the pain long enough. Be loyal to your healing now. All right. Listen. And then I had to make a choice to release, to breathe again, to trust my future was waiting on the other side of my release. So let me flip this on you. If you did let go, what would you now have room for? Would it be peace, clarity, healthier relationships, a new business move, rest, or maybe just the space to hear your own voice again? So before I let you go today, let me just say this from my heart. I know letting go isn't easy. Some of what you're holding on to has history, it has meaning, it has memories tied to it. And it's okay to acknowledge that. Okay. But also, you've got to ask yourself, is this helping me become who I'm meant to be, or just keeping me comfortable in who I used to be? Let me say that again. Is this helping me become who I'm meant to be, or just keeping me comfortable in who I used to be? Wow. You're not wrong for outgrowing something. Not at all. That's part of life. That's part of becoming. Okay. You've come too far to keep settling for less than freedom. And I promise you, your next chapter doesn't need everything from the last one. Just the wisdom, just the growth. So, if today's episode gave you a moment to breathe, to reflect, or even to release something silently, then that's the beginning of the shift. You don't have to rush it, but don't run from it either. Letting go isn't a weakness, it's alignment. And alignment is where your strength lives. All right? So take some time this week to sit with this, talk it out, journal it, or just be still with it. Don't ignore the nudge, that little whisper that says, you're ready, because you are. Okay? So listen, until the next time, keep adapting, keep evolving, and keep reaching for those new horizons. And I'll see you the next time on the Shattered Mindset Podcast. Take care. Take charge. God bless.